times when I wasn't sure that
What's up, everybody? It is Tasha checking in with y'all. I hope y'all having an awesome, beautiful day. If y'all hear my air condition, in Georgia, it is 87 degrees and the sister is hot. Okay, so I am going to do a story time, y'all. So, okay, I did this story time because I came across an article that says Mr. Robert De Niro, at 79 years old, has a pregnant, I don't know if you want to call her his girlfriend. And if I don't look at y'all, I'm driving, so y'all know what that is. I don't know if you want to call her the girlfriend. At what point do you stop being a baby mama? But I guess it is his child's mother, so I don't know. But anyway, this girl is 29 years old. She is pregnant by 79-year-old Mr. Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro. First of all, that is disgusting. And I started to think to myself, men have been doing this for years. They always get with the younger woman, with the guys that, one, they're good to look at, two, they can reproduce, three, it doesn't hurt for you to have a young person on your arm that is an eye candy, four, sometimes they can manipulate them, things like that, because they don't have life experiences. And I began to think, like, as an older woman, if I wasn't married, could I date a younger guy? Could I do it? And I actually tried in the past, but it just did not work out because my mindset was always, I want to build a future with someone. I want to eventually be married. And I always thought that dating a younger guy, like way younger than me, was not going to give me what I wanted. Even though that's not to say that younger guys are not mature, it cannot provide and be a head of household and things like that. I just always felt like it was not something that I wanted to do. Which brings me to my story time. So let's go back in time. Bloop, 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 bloop. Back in time. I was 25 years old, 26 years old. And so a lot of my friends that I hung around at the time always talked about these guys, excuse me, everybody, these guys that they would get to pay their bills, pay their rent, do the whole nine. And I would always be like, how are y'all getting this done? Like, I'm over here, my daughter at the time, I think she was like maybe 5, maybe 4 or 5, something like that. She might have been like 6 or something, because I know I would pick her up from school. So I probably was maybe like 25, 26, maybe 26. I probably was 26. But nevertheless, I was just like, how are you all getting these guys to pay y'all things? So one of my friends was just like, you're just gonna have to find an older guy and, make it seem like you like him, whatever, run a whole game. The game has been gaming for years. So I was like, man, I'm not doing that. That's never gonna happen. I'm just gonna have to make my money and do my thing the hard way. So wasn't even looking right. So I used to get on this particular bus. So if you are familiar with DC, Metro is a company, in my opinion, and other people know this as well, that is in the upper echelon of companies that they make a lot of money. They have a lot of benefits. If you work for Metro, you're like in the IT company, right? And so I would get on the bus from my daughter's school. Now, every now and then, me and my daughter would walk home because the school wasn't that far from the house. But every now and then, if I was tired, I would just get on the bus and just go down the street. I know it was weird, but I had a transfer, and I was just like, whatever, I'm going to use the transfer. I'm going to use whatever. I didn't have to pay extra to do it, so I was just going to get on the bus. So, got on the bus one day. This older guy was driving the bus. This guy had to have been, and once I got to know him, I realized that he was like 69, 70 years old, right? And light-skinned guy, wasn't my cup of tea. He was old and I was young, and I was just like, I know what my friends are doing, but I ain't trying to do that. So I kept, I would get on his bus, and he would always have a conversation with me. He would always look at me in a very lustful way, like men do with younger women. He would always size me up, the whole nine. He didn't care if I was with my daughter or what have you. He was just like talking, and he would talk to me, and the bus would be crowded, so he would always like make comments, say stuff to me, the whole nine. And I'm just like, dude, focus on the road. Like, you're driving, you're at work, like you're trying to book somebody at work. So after like weeks and weeks and weeks of me riding this bus, he asked me for my phone number, or he gave me his phone number. So I was getting off the bus one day, and mind you, still people on the bus, and he was like, take my number down, give me a call, blah, blah, blah. So took his number down. Now in my mind, I'm like, this old dude is not my cup of tea at all. I don't want nothing to do with him, like, at all. However, I was like, okay, could this be the person that I could manipulate with my young self and get some perks out of the deal? You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't in the mind frame of I'm gonna sleep with this guy. I was like, I'm not sleeping with this guy. Like, it's not gonna happen. But in my mind, my young mind, thinking he's just gonna give me stuff, just give me stuff, right? So I took the guy's number, and I don't think I initially gave him a call, but I did take his number, and then I don't know how long it took, but I did finally give him a call. So he said that we could go out, what have you. I said, okay, cool. So I'm thinking to myself, got a dude in Metro. He's an older guy, so I know he's been in Metro for a minute. The longer you in a company, the more money you make. Whole nine stuff going on in my mind, right? And let's pause for the cause before y'all start judging the system. First of all, young women have been doing this for years and continue for centuries even, and continue to still do this, right? Let's take, for example, Puff Daddy and Young Miami. If y'all do not know, Puff Daddy is with Bad Boy Records. He back in the day, he was the AR for Bad Boy, and he ended up having Bad Boy. He was with Biggie. He actually was responsible for a lot of groups back in the 90s that I particularly, if that's a word, if I said it right, did love, right? I think he has some really great groups under him. However, I think that he is not good for the music industry. I just feel that he's maybe a great businessman or what have you. So Young Miami, though, is a young girl. She is the other person in the duo group City Girls. If y'all know who it is, look it up. Yeah, she's young and they're together. I've seen videos of them. He's taking her to the mall, and she is buying Gucci, Balenciaga, everything she wants to buy, right? Fendi, the whole nine. She's buying stuff, and he just swiping the car. So young girls have been running this whole game for centuries, and the older men know that it's a game. They know that they have to pay to play, for lack of better words. They know that on their own, without the money, they would not attract this young girl. So anyway, back to my story time. So I went out with the dude. He picked me up. Now, when he picked me up, he pulled up in this cranberry color, it looked like a Cadillac or something. I'm not good with cars, but it looked like a Cadillac, right? So he pulled up. It was this old school looking car, and rightfully so. I expected for it to be an old car because he's an old dude. So he pulls up. I go with him. He picks me up. Now, he's talking about, I gotta make some stops. I gotta run some errands. And I'm just like looking like, okay, so I guess if you gotta run your errands. So he goes to these different neighborhoods of people that he know. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so is he a drug, an old dope boy or something? Or he's running a drug game? Like, what is going on? So he goes and he sees all these different friends that he has, and they dap him up, talk to him for a minute, whatever. So when we made one stop, when we were about to leave, he tries to reach over and kiss me. Yeah, I started to have, like, I don't know, a panic attack or whatever it is. Like, okay, so he had like a space, he had a tooth missing, right? But I never got close enough to notice that he had a tooth missing. So he goes to kiss me, and his tongue for some reason was like poking through the tooth, and all I was thinking about was, oh my God, it looks like a lizard. So I was just like, I started yelling, and I was like, oh my God, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And he was like, what's the matter? And I was like, I'm sorry, I want to go home, I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. I couldn't do it. I could not take one for the team. I just could not. His skin was wrinkly. Upon closer inspection, his skin was wrinkly. He was just old, and just, he was missing teeth. And I was just like, I can't do it. I don't know how these young girls just go with it to get these perks and gifts and whatever from these older men. And I'm just like, I can't do it. So he took me home, and I did ride his bus again, but we never really talked or nothing like that again, because I was just, I couldn't do it. And my friends was just like, well, dang, you know, if he wanted to kiss you, you could have gave him a kiss or whatever. And then, you know, but I'm like, if he wanted to kiss me, I know hands down that at some point it was going to lead to more than the kissing. And I was definitely not in a headspace or anything to let him touch me. As for me, even in my younger age, I had to at least be attracted to you to even let you do anything to me. Like, I just cannot roll like that, you know. So I've never been the one that was one of them younger girls that got certain things and perks from men. Now, I tried, and that was my first and only attempt, and it did not work out well. I just knew from that point on, I'm not one of these chicks. I have to work for my money. I have to work for the perks that I want, because I couldn't do it. I was like, there is no way on God's green earth that I am going to be able to freaking be with an older guy in my younger age, and it just would not work. I don't know how these girls do it. I don't know how this 29-year-old allowed Mr. De Niro to impregnate her. Like, if y'all have not seen Mr. De Niro in a while, this dude is not like one of them older dudes that's a looker, you know what I'm saying, that kind of worked out, took care of himself the whole time. But anyway, I don't know how they do it, but women have been doing it for centuries, and they will continue to do it. They will continue to do it as long as these older men are going to allow them to do it. So yeah, that is my story time. I just pulled up to the house. I gotta go do some things, but I just want to come on and do this story time, y'all, about my younger girl, older guy experience due to the information that I received about Mr. De Niro. And in my opinion, I firmly believe that this girl was like, Robert De Niro, I'm gonna close my eyes, just let him do what he do, because I got the bag, because I have a child coming with him. She ain't even had the baby yet, y'all. She is 8 months pregnant, I think. Can you imagine? He's 79 years old. Now, get this. I ain't saying killing people off or nothing, because people are living until they are 102 and 104, whatever. But let's keep it 100 and let's keep it gangster. What kind of father is he going to be into this child's life, like at this older age? I feel like that's why you have children and things like that at a younger age, so that you can contribute and have the energy, and so you can be present and the whole nine. But I guess she's just like, I don't care what kind of father he going to be. All I know is that I got a baby with him, and that's a shoo-in for the bag. He has children already that is probably her age. You know what I'm saying? It's just really weird. But I think sometimes this younger girl, older guy thing, it needs to draw the line at a certain point. And then the guy too, in my story time, he had a 7-year-old. Yes, this guy was like 70 years old, and he had a 7-year-old. And I asked him about it, and he said that he had got somebody pregnant that was like 30. I think she was 30, 31, something like that. So it's just is crazy, because older men can continue to have babies until their older age, because as long as your sperm still work, you can produce a child. So, you know, but women, 35 and up, you consider the risk or geriatric pregnancy and all of that. So the scales is just really crazy, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I tried. I really did try. Like, my friends was just like, oh, you thinking too much into it. But child, once I saw that tongue seep out like a snake or a lizard or whatever, I said, Jesus, this is not for me. I'm not that chick. I am never going to be that chick. I'm not that person. So I would not take the older man for his money, child. And I've never done it again. Thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed my story time. If you are not subscribed to this awesome space, this awesome channel of positive energy, women empowerment, inspiring women, everything that I do over here, we have a good time. We have a good time. Go ahead and subscribe. Drop down in the comments if you have actually went forward with dealing with the older guy and how it worked out. Like the video. Make sure you share the video. Let's get it popping over here on this channel, y'all. This is Tasha, and I'm signing off. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.